Christine in Butler, Pennsylvania. See More Better here with freeprescriptionlenses.com. But call me Mo Better, because have you seen Mo Better? Looking Mo Better. I'm going to show everyone else how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. When I cut your Transitions Generation 8 gray lenses with Crizal Alize for your RayBan 5184, which is the ophthalmic new Wayfarer color 2012, which is the classic tortoise and the 52 eye size. I'm going to take everything out of the original packaging as RayBan sends it to me. Your hard shell RayBan case, your RayBan cleaning cloth, and of course the frame, which comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping. And I'm going to put it on there when I ship to you. This is as I mentioned, the ophthalmic new Wayfarer. Now I'm wearing the 2132 new Wayfarer, which is a sunglass frame. I got this frame in probably about 2010, 2011. I wore it for sunglasses for years without any corrective lenses in there, without any prescription lenses. Eventually, when I needed glasses, I just popped out the sunglass lenses and I cut my prescription transition lenses. So in about 2014, maybe 2015, I'm guessing, maybe a little sooner, but between 2013 and 2015, RayBan came out with an ophthalmic version of this frame. It is identical to their sunglass frame, even, to the side, with the same angle, the same tilt, the same temples, almost the same colors. And when let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing. When the geek chic look became popular, but instead of sunglass lenses, it came with clear lenses with the RayBan logo in the bottom corner. So that's the only difference between the 2132 new Wayfarer and the 5184 ophthalmic new Wayfarer. So one comes with sunglass lenses, one comes with clear lenses. Now, these are available in different colors in the sunglasses and vice versa. If there's a color you want that isn't offered in this frame but is offered in the sunglass frame, I can just take out the sunglass lenses, put in your prescription, and vice versa. If there's a sunglass frame that you want that only comes in the 5184 colors, I can pop out the clear lenses and install dark sunglass lenses for you. But I'm going to pop out the original demo lenses you will be receiving, put it into the tracing element of my blocker, program the shape, which is 2683, into the computer, so that years from now, should you ever need new lenses for your frame, I can mail them right to your home. I hit the start button, the stylus is going to pop up, go around, trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy any genuine authentic RayBan frame that I offer, and you'll sell one free pair. You will receive, I took 3 days off from Memorial Day, and look at me, I'm a wreck. You will receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance, you will receive your out-of-network reimbursement, or if you have health savings account flex dollars, you will get the full reimbursement from that. I'm going to go on to the next screen. I have to enter your pupillary distance, which is 60.5. Now I can't do the 0.5, I can't do the 0.25 on each side, so what I will do is I will go to 30. I do want to raise the optical center up to 22. I'm going to go 3 above with this and cut it at 22. Excuse me. I'm talking so much my mouth got dry. You think I have more experience talking so much, that's all I do. Now, I really need to make this 30.25 to come up with 60.5, so I'll show you what I'm going to do next, but let's get your lenses ready first. Your right eye reads plano, which is 0, no power, minus 1 1/4 at 95. Let's turn the axis wheel to 95. Put the power drum on. Actually, this is nice. I always put it on 0, which is plano, to get started, and I don't have to change the power. I'm going to take the lens out of the protective packet. Comes with a little laminate on the front of the lens to protect the lens so nothing rubs on it during shipping. I'm going to add to my collection there. Good, healthy collection. Put the lens in. Rotate until the spherical component of your prescription comes into view first, which is plano. And I had to look at the lens to make sure it was centered, because when it was plano and no power, I can't tell where the center of the lens is. Check your astigmatism correction. We're at -1 1/4. That looks good. So I'm going to put 3 dots on your lenses, and I'm always missing that third one. And this is the right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right. -175, -175 sphere. And if I remember correctly, Christine has had cataract surgery, and that's why there's such a discrepancy in her prescription. Put it on -175. I could be terribly wrong. If you ask my wife, I usually am. Put some dots on there, and really I only need the center dot this time. I'm going to mark that one L. Now again, if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. The reason why I only need 1 dot is because you have no astigmatism correction. Your prescription in your right eye is all astigmatism, and then you have none in your left eye. You actually need farsighted correction there. Unique prescription you normally don't see, so that's why I'm thinking that is you have some residual astigmatism on your right eye. So I'm getting ahead of myself. This is a block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got them here. The black side is the sticky side. Put that on there, place that on the platform, pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Now that silver round circle on the back is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the arm. And the reason why I was going to say that I need to do 30.25 to give me a total of 60.5. So this blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. Your eye is just above that in inset. So I'm going to place those 3 dots. This one goes in the crosshairs. Those 2 go on that center line that tells me that it's oriented in there just perfectly. And what I'm going to do, instead of putting it in the center, if you can see, there is a little orange box. I'm going to put that dot in the center of that box and then move it this way. I'm going to move it outward ever so slightly by 1/4 millimeter. Hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We'll do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right, which I can identify with. I ain't right either. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Line up the magnet. And because there's no astigmatism, your lens could literally, those 3 dots, it does not matter where they go. Your lens can go anywhere, but I see the 3 dots in the background. I'm still going to use them because we are creatures of habit. How do I know this? Because I say that to myself every day. So put the 30 in the center and then move it this way toward the outside of the frame, away from the nasal area. Hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the left lens. Oh, and just so you know, you're receiving all the manufacturer's original packaging. These are the Essilor Transition Signature Generation 8 with Crizal Alize. I'm going to highlight on there. Airwear T Gen 8 Gray with Crizal Alize UV. Plano -1 1/4. Do the same thing on the left eye. -175 sphere on the left. And of course we'll need to mark this one right. We'll mark this one left. And again, if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. So, -175 is written twice. That's because there is a plus cylinder. The sphere is the S, the C is the cylinder. There is a plus cylinder and a minus cylinder. Years ago, they used to put astigmatism correction on the front of the lens. When they put it on, you have this curvature on the back. When they put that curvature on the front, that was plus cylinder. Now, they moved it to the back of the lens, so it is now, that curvature is on the back, which is now minus cylinder. So that's why that is marked on the bottom. Some doctors still like to write it in plus. Some doctors like to write it in minus. The optical world, we do everything in minus. So, where was I at? Oh, I need this. So this is known as the edger. This weighs 200 pounds. It costs $40,000. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut it your own lenses at home, and you won't need this guy with the 2 thumbs and the recap joke to do it for you. I'm going to wake up the computer. That is the job that I'll be cutting. It is ID number 2683. 2683. Or as I like to say, installment 2683 of my 330 million volume series of making a pair of glasses for everyone in America. But these are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic or Trivex, I would select that lens material. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens because it's not going to be seen in this frame, and I generally don't do it anyway, even when you can see it, but that's a whole nother video. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens. I'm only going to put a bevel on the rear concave surface of the lens, and I'll explain that to you in this video. So now I'm going to place the magnet into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. I know, free bad jokes with every pair of glasses sold. Hit the green start button, the door closes, the clamp shuts, the lens is going to be traced by the styluses, formerly known as white styluses. Now they're a little bit of a dingy white, kind of my teeth color. But it's going around tracing the shape of the right lens first, making sure it's large enough to fit into the frame, and then the second time it goes around, it's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which you will have none in this frame. But I do cut very strong prescriptions all day. For how much? For free. Oop, my tape's coming off. And it is a little bit more critical where to place the bevel with the higher powers. Now the water you see flickering in the background, that's there to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off the cutting wheel. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex cut wet, meaning that water sprays onto the lens for the duration of the cutting cycle. Now water will spray onto your lens, but to wash away the optical debris that you see beginning to form on the edge of your lenses now. But your lenses, Essilor calls polycarbonate airwear because they feel it's as light as air. They are 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. These are high impact ballistics grade lens material, the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and from flying debris. It has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into it. You got the Transitions Generation 8 technology, which also happens to have 30 to 40% blue light protection built into the lens. You have the Crizal Alize, which is a front and back surface anti-glare coating. It's 3 features in one. It reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead, fluorescent lights, and such. It also goes by initials ARC, which stands for anti-reflective coating, so it reduces reflections, essentially making better eye contact. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses. You can see how the light reflects off this one lens, and it's going to make it look like there's no lens in there. So it makes for much better eye contact. So, plus if you take a selfie, you're less likely to see your phone in the camera lens, or someone takes a picture with a flash, you're less likely to see the flash lit up in the lens. Now the third feature that I like, which is the practical side, is that, and so water is spraying on the lens, so it tells me it's in the last 20 seconds. It's getting the safety bevel now. A little disc is spinning around, very fine sandpaper, if you will, going around smoothing out any edges left over from the cutting cycle. But the machine that applies the anti-glare coating costs well over $1 million. It takes over 24 hours to vaporize 8 different coatings onto your lens, so because of the time and the expense, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating on there to protect your time and investment. So I'm going to take the lens out, dry everything off, run my thumbnail around the edge of the lens. Now we're going to see, now the 52 eye size in my frame pops in first time around. We're going to see if it's true like that on this one. I'm going to tuck the lens in at the outside corner, push down at the nose, and it snaps right in. The reason why I put that safety bevel on the back surface of the lens is as I'm pressing the lens into the frame, sometimes I have to take it down a little. It doesn't snap in there easily, so I cut it down a little bit more. But I don't want any rough edges left over from the cutting cycle to come in contact with your frame and blemish or mar the color or the finish of your frame. So that's why I put a safety bevel on the back surface of every lens. Flip that over to L, place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, or today I'm calling it the Christine. Hit the green start button just like before. The door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens, again, is going to be traced by the 2 white styluses. This time, make sure this lens is large enough to fit into the left side of the frame. And you can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the left side. And just like before, it's measuring the thickness of the lens to know where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which, Christine, you have no edge thickness. You got none. You got nothing there. You got nothing. You didn't pay for thick lenses. You ain't getting thick lenses. Alright, so let me back up and say I like to joke around a lot, but I am a licensed optician. I went to college for this. I have personally cut over tens of thousands of pairs of glasses in my 21 years of working in the field. I order the lenses in the material with the curvatures that are going to fit the frames the best. Now, most of your pupillary distance got wiped off by the sticker, so I'm going to add a new one. The axis wheel is still on 95, halfway between 90 and 100. Put it in, let's put it back on. Well, actually, let's find the center. Put it on the power, I'm getting 0. Get everything lined up in there perfectly. 0, plano. That's because the unit of measurement in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R, starting at 0. Which people in Texas call a city, but we in the optical industry call 0, no power. So your right eye prescription is all astigmatism correction, so you need no nearsighted or farsighted correction, but you need 5 steps. You're on the 5th rung of a ladder when it comes to astigmatism. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike with the letters P and F. Think of it as the fine-tune knob. Now your left eye, you need 7 steps of far-sighted correction. With your glasses off in your left eye, everything is much too large. That's why there's a minus sign. Your lenses minify, the opposite of a magnifying glass. Your lenses minify down to the correct size, which you don't need for your right eye. Now once everything is the correct size, we have to clear up those fuzzy edges. That's what uncorrected astigmatism do. So we're going to check the second power on the lens. And we're getting -1 1/4, going away from 1 towards 2. We're at -1 1/4. Now your left eye, we only need, so you're on the 5th rung of a ladder for astigmatism for your right eye. You're on the 7th rung of a ladder for the far-sighted correction for your left eye. Now the RayBan 5184 comes in a few sizes and many colors. All of them sell for $180. The Transitions Generation 8 Gray adds $99.99, and Crizal Alize is $79.99 for a total of $359.98 tax-free. I like to point out now that all sales are tax-free because a lot of people on the internet are having to charge tax. I am in North Carolina. North Carolina considers eyeglasses a medical device, so I don't have to charge tax on what you buy on the internet. So that saves you some more money. You get free prescription lenses, free shipping, and tax-free. That's 3 frees in that sentence. That's pretty good. I should throw in a 4th free. I'll adjust them for free. How's that? Okay, so I joke around a lot because I am a professional. When you know what you're doing, you can joke around. When you have no clue what you're doing, you better act professional. But that's the other thing. It's that old saying, find a job that you love, and when you do, you'll never have to work another day in your life. I enjoy what I do. I restore sight back to people. That is my special power. I bend light. For her left eye, when the light comes in, it scatters everywhere. Actually, even worse on the right. That's why the anti-glare is wonderful for anyone who has astigmatism correction, because it bends all the light. It comes in a circle into your lens, and I will bend it into a conical shape that will go into a straight beam and focus on the macula, the circle of least confusion on your retina, and form one single image instead of scattering. With her glasses off and she looks at a light, she can get a halo effect or light scatter in all directions like in a rainbow. So I bend the light into one single point of focus, same as on the left. It needs less of that on the left, but it still does it. So I'm going to put it in over that black dot, read the power, and I am getting -175, one tick mark away from 2 in the red. Now drum roll please, PD of 60.5. This is known as final inspection. I inspected to make sure the lenses were the correct power. Now the measurements Both the horizontal and the vertical have to be right. We're going to do 60.5 for the PD. Oops, let me turn this around so you can see that. When I place the PD against my thumb on your right lens and we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 60.5 in between 60 and 61. That is perfect. So from that dot, not to the bottom of the lens, but the center of the thickest part of the frame, we are getting 22 millimeters. Same thing on that side, 22 millimeters. So I measure both vertically and horizontally, just like the crosshairs of a scope, and that is perfect. So this is the portion in every video that as I clean your lenses, I mentioned that there's free shipping anywhere in the US, and Butler, Pennsylvania is in the US. But when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. 80% of people have 80 out of 100, 80% have one ear that's higher than the other, and that's why 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get them in standard alignment first, also known as the 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. Now, when I say wobble, I am part of that 80%. When I take my RayBan 2132 new Wayfarers off and press down, they wobble, but they sit level on me because my right ear is lower than my left ear. Or is my left ear higher than my right ear? I can never remember. Hello, is this on? Come on, that's funny. You can laugh at that. I give you permission. So, we're going to flip this over, press down. There is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly. And they do, that neither temple is askew. I check the tension on each hinge. If one was tighter or one was looser, I would tighten the looser one. I would loosen the tighter one until they're matching, but this one is. So I also send out a selfie request in every package. Christine, I would love to have 2 selfies, one with you indoors with these clear, and then one with you outdoors where they are dark. Now I also send out cleaning instructions, not only on your frame and lenses so they will last you for years, but on the premium microfiber cloth that you see me cleaning with now, your RayBan cleaning cloth. And actually, you know what? I owe you a Crizal cloth. Crizal sent me one and I left it sitting on the counter back there. Because I have it in the tray with your permanent paperwork. This is a temporary one. That's why I only have the paper clip on here. I'm going to transfer this to the permanent card. This actually peels away and will stick to your card. But I have it attached with the paper clip for now. Like that paper clip? It's a special one. But, Christine, if you take any selfies, would you occasionally hashtag me at freeprescriptionlenses.com? I have all my social media stuff here on the cloth so you can find it. But I'm going to go ahead and expose them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light so you can see what they will look like when they are dark. Now, as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for photochromic transition lenses to darken. A little bit longer when you come back inside. 45 seconds to a minute, minute 15 to return back to virtually clear. Now this is important. Everyone pay attention. All photochromic transition lenses will turn dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks they're exposed to the sun. After that, they will work for years at maximum performance. The only time they won't work is if you're behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day. And that's why photochromic transition signature 7 and now the new generation 8 won't turn dark in a car. Now they're also temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I like to remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, your glasses are miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. We all work much better once it cools off. Now, Christine, don't worry, we're going to get darker than this. Come on, we talked about this, don't you remember? But that's it. Do me a favor, give me the thumbs up, like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Click the bell icon so you can get notifications as I come out with future frame and lens combinations. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as Free Prescription Lenses, on Twitter as Free RX Lenses. You can, if you have any questions, I don't have every RayBan frame listed. They come out with frames faster than I can put them out there. So, if there's a RayBan frame you want, just go to the Contact Me page of the website and let me know. Tell me the model number, size, and color, and I'll check on price and availability and get back with you. You can also leave a question or comment in the comment section below, and you can see how fast these transitions Gen 8 turn back to clear. But Christine in Butler, Pennsylvania, thank you so much for the purchase of the RayBan 5184 color 2012, which is the dark Havana. I'm holding it up to the light so you can see the tortoise color of it. And of course you got the Essilor polycarbonate transitions generation 8 gray lenses with Crizal Alize. And now hopefully everyone else has gotten a chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.